Land patents are the legal documents that transferred land ownership from the United States government to individuals. Now, if you look at the very bottom of a land patent, you will see where it indicates the original owner and their heirs shall own that land forever. Keep that in mind. If people who are descended from the people that originally owned the land, the people that the land patent is written, didn't know about that land patent, the land could be treated as abandoned or sold by way of deeds. That could be sold and resold to people, corporations, yes, even foreign entities such as nations that could extract the minerals and resources for profit from that land. What if the heirs to that land discovered their ancestor owned that land? Now keep in mind, at the bottom of the land patent, it indicates the land to be owned by the individual on the land patent and their heirs forever. So what do you think will happen if, let's say, China bought this piece of land that the Joneses have a land patent to? Well, how would you think China will react to that? China probably wouldn't like that. They will see the Joneses as a threat to their ability to make profits off of that land. So if the Joneses pursued the matter legally, that land is their land, and legally they will have a right to dictate who's on that land and whether or not those people will pay them a fee for being on that land. Can you see how companies, individuals, and nations would find that a threat to their ability to build wealth? In the United States, the majority of the people who own land patents are the American Negro. They own the majority of the land patents. Would this be why Israel made that statement of the American black youth? It's basically the blame or concerns them over here. Maybe I need to reword that. They said that they're concerned, and paraphrasing, they're saying that they're concerned about the American blacks. Now, the question is, why? And they're not the only nation that has been keeping an eye on the American Negro and have been critical of the American Negro. And the American Negro is perplexed. They don't know why the world is looking at them and judging them and being harsh of them. They don't understand that. But if you look at it from the perspective of money, that America, this land that the United States sits on, is our birthright, and that an aware collective of American Negroes is a threat to those nations and corporations that are utilizing our assets, our resources, our birthright freely, and they don't have to pay us anything because we don't know that this is what's going on. Now, I theorize the reason Israel made the statement that they made concerning their concern of the American Negro or the black American youth, whatever term they want to use, is because there's a growing number of our people who have been doing their family trees, and in doing so have been discovering all of these land patterns. And some of these land patterns, there are municipalities sitting on them, there are corporations, there are mines, and these people legally they have a right to demand payment for the utilization of their land. Because remember, that land belongs to their ancestor and the ancestor's descendants forever. So I need you to think about, to ponder this, okay? To ponder this, because, you know, our folks really are perplexed by the idea that other groups of people have been hating on them, and they don't understand why. They don't understand why. And they're going to be hating on you even more as more and more of our siblings pursue legal matters to make them pay for sitting on their land. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The awareness of the American Negro, who is also the American Indian, are discovering documentation showing that various parcels of land belongs to them, and other people are utilizing the natural resources of that land, and they're not paying the owners of that land for the use of it. So think about that. Think about it as to why other people are looking over here and they're saying that we are concerned to them. We only are concerned to them because their money is being messed with when we become aware of these land patterns and we say, no, you're not going to be on our land without paying us. So yes, they'll be concerned. So like I said, just think about it. Just think about it. And while you're thinking about it, don't hesitate to look for your own family's land patterns. But see, that's going to require you to do your family tree. And it's going to require you to be willing to look at those old documents. See, those are gold mines. And people who feel like they just can't be bothered to look up their ancestors, they can't be bothered to look up what belongs to their ancestors, they're fools. They here talking about reparations for slavery, an event that they can't even prove. They cannot show and prove in the court of law that the narrative that we've been told about slavery actually occurred. They cannot show and prove none of that. They cannot show and prove that their ancestors came here at the bottom of a ship from Africa and were sold on the slave block, and etc., etc., etc. We've all heard the narrative. However, you can show and prove those land patterns. You can show and prove other things that's going on, such as police brutality, uh, when they destroyed our communities, when they ran our people off of their lands. Oh, you can show and prove all of that, and all of that can be reparations. All of that can be considered acts for reparations. So like I said, this is bigger than our folks really understand at this point. But this behavior of foreign nations looking over here and saying that we're a threat to them, that should make you go, and want to look at those old documents and see what in the hell is going on. So that's just my theory. That's just my theory. But you be the judge.